You're listening to episode 8 of the Wealthy Happy Soul podcast, all the time in the world. Welcome to the Wealthy Happy Soul podcast, a show for high achievers who are ready to start enjoying the life they've worked so hard to create. Join me, your host and certified life coach, Dr. Tangi, to learn how to start infusing the dedication you have for your career into living a truly fulfilling life. If you're ready to finally gain the happiness your soul has been longing for, this podcast is for you. Hello, everybody. I am so happy you're here. And today I'm just going to jump right in and give a shout out to Winging It 143, who left me a review on my podcast, and I enjoy reading these so much, and I wanted to share it with you. She said, "Incredible. I absolutely love listening to this podcast. Beyond Dr. Tangi's calming voice and infectious laugh, she's doing something incredible and new with life coaching. The way she brings together different concepts in her model for conscious creation makes me feel so positive, like there is finally a way that I can apply all that I love about life coaching and science into the more creative aspects of who I am in an authentic way. This is so important, and I feel like so many people will greatly benefit from all the wisdom she is sharing here. It is a must listen. Can't wait for the next episode. And I just want to say, I love that review." And thank you so much for leaving it, and a double thank you for screenshotting it and emailing it to me, because you are now entered in the giveaway for 5 $100 gift cards. And just a reminder for everybody else, so you don't miss out on the giveaway I'm doing, please be sure to screenshot your own review and email it to me at happysoul@drtangi.com. Otherwise, I won't be able to enter you into the giveaway for one of the 5 $100 gift cards I'm giving away, as iTunes does not allow me to contact you when you leave a review on my own. So you'll either need to take a screenshot before you hit submit or come back to the review on iTunes a day or two later. I know it's a few extra steps, but I really want you to have a shot at the prizes since you so graciously took the time to leave me a review. Okay, so today we are talking about time. Because this is one of the most popular questions I get when people reach out to me. And in case you're unaware, when people take the Success Alignment quiz on my website and they join my list, I send them an email asking them to tell me the number one thing they feel keeps them from having both success and happiness. And I do this because I really want to create content that truly helps you and content that you can apply to your everyday life. And one of the most popular replies I receive is around time. So I thought it would be a great topic to talk about today. And I would like to remind you that as a conscious creator, the first thing that should take place is to recognize that you are a powerful creator and that you can 100% get in the driver's seat when it comes to controlling your time. You can get a handle on distractions. You can get a handle on the superhuman expectations that you're placing on yourself. You can get a handle on the unnecessary expectations and responsibilities that you try to fulfill from other people for whatever reason. Maybe it's a need for external validation from that person, or another reason that you feel obliged and obligated to carry out requests from others. And most importantly, you can stop thinking of time as a scarce resource and start reclaiming the abundance that truly exists. You know, so many of us feel like we have to live on this schedule that you really don't have a say in, and it doesn't really include much time for yourself. And over time, you begin to wonder, are you wasting your life doing things that you aren't really excited about, or you didn't really want to do in the first place? And all of this adds to our stressful feelings around time. I can remember when I was a medical student and living off of a budget that would be very laughable to me right now. Seriously, I don't know how I did it. There were weeks on end when I would have oatmeal or cream of wheat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner because I had to make what was in my bank account stretch. And it seemed like the less money I had, the more I was able to make it stretch. And it's going to be the same line of thinking that you need to embrace when you're trying to get a hold of your time. You're going to have to make it stretch. And I know for me, when I play games with things that feel so scarce, like time, the problem and finding the solutions become a lot more fun to figure out. And from this space, I can usually stop indulging in venting about how much time I don't have or how I never have time to myself. From this space, I can make myself a priority. I can muster the courage to reevaluate what's really creating the problem. I actually like to play with the awareness of being a person who does have all the time in the world, instead of doing a bunch of things that don't really work unless you have the mindset to back it up. And believe it or not, time is mostly a mindset game. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more later. But the point is, once the mindset is in place, then you are all set to apply actionable techniques that help you to increase your productivity and help you stop wasting the time that you do have available to you so that you can stop the cycle and you can avoid the drama day after day, venting about your job or your family or whatever it is that you feel is taking up your time. Because what this does is this makes it so that you're continuously spinning out day after day, which makes it almost impossible to really accomplish your dreams. And thereby perpetuating continuing through life with a negative mindset and feelings about who you are and your potential, all because you're not aware of how to approach the problem in a different way that is both effective and efficient. So, first, I'm going to talk about 2 simple mind shifts that have really helped me tremendously around time. And then I'm going to give you some actionable items to build on top of that. So, the first time mindset shift is to cultivate the awareness that you literally have all the time in the world. The same as Oprah, the same as Mel Robbins, or any other person where you find yourself wondering, damn, how does she do all that? All anyone has is this moment. And you're going to hear me say this over and over and over again because that's all any one of us truly has, is this moment right here and right now. It is literally all the time in the world. And you have it. And the point to knowing this is to make all of your moments matter, to give every moment your best energy. Because the secret about time is that it's not really about a change in the amount of time you have, but rather it's a change in your mind about the time you have. And the second mindset shift is to recognize time for what it is. Time is a mental construct. And we as humans collectively have created the meaning of time. It had no predetermined meaning until we gave it meaning. And we are probably the only species that experiences time and the stress we create for ourselves around time. And I say this because when I look at my dog, Chloe, I am 100% certain that she does not relate to time, like at all. She is 100% always in the moment, living her best life, and she could give a flip if I have to go to work while she's doing so. And on the other hand, most of us humans have agreed to use the Earth's rotation around the sun and its own axis as the marker of time, divided into years and minutes and hours, etc. But when you really think about it, instead of 24 hours in a day, it could have just as easily been 33 blueberry units. And yes, I just totally made that up. Nevertheless, me saying that time is a mental construct is not to say that it doesn't exist or to be patronizing and be like, oh, time is just an illusion, woo, woo, woo. That's not what I am saying or trying to do at all. Time is very real to me as well. Yet, thinking of time in this way for me also eases the pressure just a bit. And it helps me take a little bit of weight off of the topic and begin to think of time as we have agreed upon it, merely as a marker of my own progress and a marker of my own alignment with myself. Meaning, when I sit here and think about time and my time right now, I feel really happy because I've spent years doing really deep work on myself in order to create a life that is truly in alignment with who I am as a person. And one of the ways that reflects back to me is in how I experience my time now. And I have also learned how to spend my time on things that are either truly enjoyable or beneficial to me. And if for some reason an activity is not enjoyable or beneficial, I have also learned how to transmute it into something that always works in my favor 100% of the time. And I know some people might be saying, well, that's easy for you to say, but I have bills and kids and all these other things. But what I want you to know is you also have the ability to choose how you think about your responsibilities and choose how you think about your time in any given moment. Most of the things we find ourselves complaining about are actually things that, believe it or not, we actually prayed for in the past to have. And I make it a point to never let myself forget that, because gratitude also goes a long way in easing the burden of overwhelm, especially around time. And I want you to know that there are always two different paradigms that you can choose as your lens in viewing any situation, even if it's one that you don't prefer in the moment. And the first paradigm is where life happens to you and you are the victim of your circumstances. And you spend a lot of your time blaming and complaining about having no time and being stressed because of it. And it could be time or any other issue. There's so many problems in the world and so many other people at fault. It's the boss or your other time commitments. It's the gym. It's the soccer coach. It's the school. That life is exhausting. And it was exhausting for me. So I learned how to view everything from the second paradigm that I want to tell you about. And the second paradigm is where you make the intention to own everything as much as you can, as much as is in your capability to own it. You own your role as a powerful conscious creator. You take full and complete responsibility for your role in your life as you know it. And from here, this is what allows you to take your power back. This is what allows you to create the space to ask yourself, what is the experience of not having enough time here to teach you? And what are all the ways that you keep the cycle going? Not that it's your fault at all. We're not talking self-abuse here, but be willing to question everything. And if you're able and had the power and could find a way, are you committed to changing those things or not? And if you are, what is it that you really want to create? What's in alignment with who you really are on the inside? Would the version of yourself who you dream about becoming spend her days and her time exactly as you do right now? If not, what would she do different? What is it that you need to do differently to start to become her? If you have obligations that you hate, are you willing to either release them or learn to embrace them in a way that serves you and where you want to go? These are all questions that need answers if you want to stop feeling stressed and start feeling good about how you are choosing to use your time. So, those are the two mindset shifts. And join me next week as we dive deeper into the most common problems that people usually have around their time. I hope this helped ease the stress a bit. Have a great week. If you enjoyed the show, please be sure to go to iTunes and subscribe, rate, and review so that more of our Wealthy Happy Soul family can find the show. It really does make a huge difference. And you'll definitely want to remember this. I'm doing a giveaway, and to enter, all you have to do is leave a review, screenshot it, and send it to me. For instructions on how to do that and more information about the giveaway, please head on over to drtangi.com/podcast launch, and you can learn more about the giveaway there. I'm so excited about it because I love gifts. I love being a gift, and I love giving gifts. So head on over, and thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Wealthy Happy Soul Podcast. Thank you for listening to the Wealthy Happy Soul Podcast. If you want to dive deeper into alignment and start cultivating your inner wealth, head on over to drtangi.com.